Good morning, everyone. Unfortunately, good morning. Very early morning. Oh, yeah. I don't know what it is. My neighbor's upstairs. I don't know if somebody works the graveyard shift or if somebody's just an insomniac, but they're making me an insomniac on a regular basis now because come 1 a.m. on most nights now, somebody is stomping around and messing around in the kitchen up there and closing cabinets and God knows what else. I mean, at nighttime when sounds become far more distinct than they are in the daytime, and you can just kind of like perceive things a bit more sharply since the rest of the world is silent. I can kind of tell exactly what's going on upstairs. Somebody's making a meal or watching TV or something, and either way, it wakes me up. And I got to get up at 4 in the morning most days anyway for work, which means that now I'm been awake for the last like 2.5 hours, and I just got sick of just laying in my bed, and I was watching YouTube videos just to try to, lull myself back to sleep, and didn't work. And I was like, well, I got about a little less than an hour or so until I have to be up anyway. So let's do something productive and stream on YouTube. How productive is that? I don't know. Either way, good gravy. Who's joining me at this ungodly hour? I appreciate your guys' attendance. Alyssa Holcomb, good morning. Scribe, I can't sleep either, so thanks for the stream. Well, I'll keep you company for a little bit at least. Hate Camel, good morning. Hello to you too. Noah Asensio, good morning. Let's see, who else is here? Matt Barnes, good morning to you. Hit that like, can't stay off to work. Well, you and me both soon, at least for me. The original Shroom, good morning. Hope you're doing good. Duck Dog, this is why we'll never live in an apartment or the city again. I tell you what, if I could afford to have my own home without, upstairs, downstairs neighbors, I'd do it. But honestly, these days, who can? I'd have to move to a very, very distant part of the country and or up in the boonies somewhere. And even though now I work remotely, I don't operate remotely. I don't drive. I have to be able to get to places relatively easily. And that's, the sling and the arrow of the whole deal. Peter, what's all this then? Well, this is me streaming about various stories I just pulled out of nowhere. Gunsky, good morning. Robert Gruber, good morning. And Mike Savage, blarg. And Evil One, no sleep for the wicked. Well, I'm a nice guy. That's what all the really nice guys say, don't they? They have to reassure themselves and everybody else. Mad Max, good morning. But an Angelverse, good morning to you. Kingslayer Damocles, good morning. I'm at work right now. Yeah, I will be quote unquote at work soon, but either way, I pulled out a couple of stories just out of randomness and curiosity. At least a couple of them are semi-related to one another based on branding. But Disney. Let's talk a little Disney, because why not? Disney's so much up in my grill these days because of Marvel and Star Wars and most of my childhood and dreams and growing up and mythologies being completely trampled over and turned into absolute corporate guck. That's it, this guck. But Disney employee accused of taking videos up park guests' dresses and skirts for years is fired and arrested. Well, I wonder what took him so long. Let's find out. A former Disney World theme park employee was arrested and charged in Florida after allegedly recording a video up the skirt of a park guest late last month and may have been similarly attacking other visitors for years, according to an arrest affidavit. I don't think there much as a may. More likely than not, this guy is, somebody that's been doing that. It's not the first time. Authorities responded to Disney's Hollywood Studios on March 31st after an employee was witnessed recording an upskirt video of a female guest at the Star Wars retail store, according to the affidavit from the Orange County Sheriff's Office. Then employee Jorge Diaz Vega, 26, allegedly told authorities in an interview that he had, quote, been taking videos up the dresses, skirts of unknown females in the Disney World theme parks for approximately 6 years, according to the affidavit. Diaz Vega, who worked at the lightsaber store, Sounds about right. Told authorities he had what he estimated to be over 500 such videos on his phone and showed, quote, multiple examples of the videos to detectives, according to the affidavit. Well, I guess once you've been caught, you might as well just let it all hang out. I guess my question would be, did he, retain a lawyer before doing that? Otherwise, he's toast. Quote, the videos were of multiple females who all appeared to not know they were being video recorded, the affidavit states. During his interview, Diaz-Vega told detectives he took the videos, quote, because it is hard to find them online and they bring him sexual gratification, unquote. It's hard to find them. Really? I mean, I guess it might be more difficult now after the purge that happened a couple of years ago on sites like Pornhub and otherwise, where they got lawsuited all over the place. So maybe, I don't know. I guess that's probably true. But where there's a will, there's a way. An 18-year-old woman who was an alleged victim of one of the videos taken on March 31st was told by a security officer later that day that someone had been caught taking an image under her dress at the lightsaber shop, according to the document. She was, quote, not aware at the time that the incident took place, and she was not told of the identity of the male, authorities say in the affidavit. Okay. When CNN reached out to Disney for a comment and to verify employment dates for Diaz-Vega, a spokesperson told CNN, the individual does not work for the company, unquote. Diaz-Vega was arrested on March 31st on suspicion of video voyeurism and had a bond of $2,500 set for him. He has been released from Orange County Jail, records show. CNN has attempted to reach Diaz-Vega directly for comment. He does not currently have an attorney listed. Well, I think it's whatever attorney eventually gets his case. It's going to be basically, can I possibly plea down whatever they're going to charge him with? Because if he already just sat down with them and said, hey, look at my collection. That's multiple counts of the same crime over the course of 6 years. And I'm not quite sure what the statute of limitations is on such things in Florida, but he's in trouble. Oh, Lord. What morons. Let's see. Mike Savage. I saw the wrong end of sunrise. Cats. They decided to annoy me at 6 a.m. today, 6:30 a.m. yesterday, 7 a.m. the day before. At this rate, they'll be at it before I get to bed. Well, at least maybe they'll tire themselves out before you actually have to sleep, maybe? I don't know. But cats, plural? Do you have more than one little baby running all over your fur baby? Let's see. Duck Dog. It's better to be thought of a fool than open your mouth and take away all doubt. Yeah. Indeed. So there you go. There's one. And what else is going on with Disney? Well, I saw a version of this, I guess, yesterday, and I made a little comment on it on Twitter. But sure, let's talk about the Lilo and Stitch controversy. The controversy should be why make a live action movie in the first place, but then Disney's been doing that now for years with no seeming reason other than just, cheap cash in. But hey, if they make money, I guess. Disney's live action Lilo and Stitch remake sparks another debate about colorism in Hollywood. Colorism. No, it's racism. Yeah, Ariel, they can race swap, but man, when it comes to Lilo and Stitch, if you're just slightly off palette, apparently you're not good enough for the role. I don't know. Let's find out. Disney's animated hit Lilo and Stitch is getting the live action treatment, but a reported casting decision has set off a new conversation about colorism in Hollywood. Is it really? I guess insofar as specifically to the Lilo and Stitch live action remake, it might be a quote unquote new conversation. But the all around is not a new conversation. This race swapping, but except when in situations where the morality police feel that it's not somebody's not dark enough or they're too light or whatever, that's been going on for years now. Some fans were disappointed after the Hollywood Reporter reported last week that Sydney Ogadong was set to play Nani, Lilo's overworked older sister and legal guardian. Born and raised in Hawaii, so actually a native of the place that the story takes place in, Ogadong is mixed race. Oh no! Though it is unclear if she has Hawaiian heritage, Oh, I see. Yeah, we have to make sure the blood is pure, everyone. Progressive Hollywood. Let's see. Though it is unclear if she has Hawaiian heritage, critics of the reported casting have focused on the issue of colorism. In the 2002 animated version, Nani has dark skin and distinctive indigenous features, while Agadong is light-skinned. Uh-huh. Hawaii has the largest proportion of multiracial people in the nation. Oh, so she actually reflects the reality of the community in which the story takes place? Isn't that what, DEI is supposed to accomplish or anything? Okay. And because of the history of colonialism on the islands, it's common for residents to be a combination of white, Asian, and Native Hawaiian. That means there are plenty of Hawaiians with lighter skin, and having lighter skin doesn't make a person less Hawaiian, said Onamasai Connor, who lives in Oahu and is black and Hawaiian. Oh, well, not according to the scolds in the Disney sphere, I guess. But by choosing a light-skinned actor to play a character who originally had dark skin, Disney is reinforcing deep-rooted notions about what features are considered acceptable or beautiful in society, she added. Oh, is that what it is? Then why is Ariel black? What? I wonder what our speaker here, Onamasi Connor, has to say about the Little Mermaid casting. Quote, my issue with the casting is the fact that we live in a supremacist society that favors light skin. Therefore, this casting contributes to a level of erasure, she wrote in a message to CNN. Quote, we see so often in all genres of cinema stories based on people that are dark-skinned in real life, only to be played by someone lighter in a film, unquote. Disney, as well as representatives for Agadong, have not responded to requests for comment. Okay, well, I wonder how many other movies that this person has had a problem with, where it's been the reverse. I wonder. I wonder what this person thinks of the Peter Pan remake that's currently on track to show up on Disney Plus. I wonder. Why do I have a feeling that they don't have a problem with Little Mermaid or Peter Pan and those castings? I just have a feeling. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Why some feel Nani's skin color is relevant. All right. The new Lilo and Stitch is based on an animated film, and Nani is a fictional animated character. But unlike The Little Mermaid, which is rooted in mythology despite receiving racist backlash over Halle Berry's casting in the live-action remake, Lilo and Stitch draws from a very real culture and people. Oh, yeah, The Little Mermaid doesn't have rooted in mythology. Yeah, what mythology? Mythology from where? From what culture? But okay, it's because Little Mermaid's rooted in mythology that is dealing with a very specific culture of origin. Lilo and Stitch draws from a very real culture and people. Okay, so yeah, European history and folklore, guys, that's not real culture. And they're not real people. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But, little blue alien and okay. All right. Thanks, CNN. Boy, you're really clearing up the debate here. Good gravy. Nani and Lilo's Hawaiian identity, as well as their skin tone, are important to the story, Connor and others said. Okay, it's been years since I've seen Lilo and Stitch. It honestly has been many, many years, so I don't know. At what point in the story does the skin tone of the characters become a relevant story item? In the original animated film, I'm not talking about whatever they decide to add to the live action thing to make it more palatable to modern audiences, but specifically, what did skin color come up in the original? You guys tell me. I don't know. Let's see. For example, okay. Oh, examples. Oh gosh. Well, I take it back. I take it back. For example, one scene from the animated film sees Nani characterize the luau where she works as a, quote, stupid, fakey luau. A nod to how the tourism industry has exploited Native Hawaiian people and their customs. What does that have to do with skin tone? For example, On a TEDx show, that would be called a weightless example, unless you've got something else to follow it up with. Quote, Nani working at the fakey luau alone and even using the phrase fakey luau to describe that job was an aggressively political statement involving colorism, indigeneity, and the specific history of colonialism the U.S. has imposed upon the nation of Hawaii. One Twitter user wrote, oh, well, one Twitter user is obviously a reliable source for that kind of analysis. Fakey luau. Okay, well, tell me this. What does a Wild West show at a theme park in America say by that same level of really deep analysis? What victimization can we draw from a Wild West show at a theme park in the United States on that basis? Another major plot point of the film revolves around Nani's precarious economic situation, which obviously is inherently tied to skin color, guys, right? Because nobody with any other kind of skin color would be in a precarious economic situation. Nani has been Lilo's sole caretaker ever since their parents died in a car crash, but as Lilo's companion Stitch causes chaos at her various places of employment, Nani struggles to hold down a job and is repeatedly warned by a social worker that she could lose custody of her sister. The storyline echoes the real-life crisis of Native children being removed from their homes, as well as the racial disparities in the U.S. child welfare system. What? That storyline could be applied to anybody. It's got nothing to do with the specificity of their what? That's your argument. Okay, so why some feel Nani's skin color is relevant and every example you've brought up has absolutely nothing inherently to do with skin color. Okay, yeah, somebody having a job where they have to play act part of the culture in which they live as some sort of tourist attraction. No, that's never been done in a movie or story before. Obviously, it's inherent to this one movie. Oh, someone is raising a child, their sibling, alone because their parents died and they have economic hardships and they could have them taken away. Oh, yeah, that's never happened before, Party of Five. Or any number of other things you can think. I mean, come on. Jesus. That's the best you got? That's the best you got. Colorism is pervasive in Hollywood. You ain't just whistling Dixie. Colorism has been a problem in Hollywood and the broader entertainment industry. Stars such as Viola Davis and Lupita Nyong'o have been vocal about losing opportunities over their dark skin, while others, including Zendaya and Tandy Newton, have acknowledged the privileges that come with having lighter skin. Okay, so in order to combat this, we have to then assess people's value on the basis of their skin color in the other direction. You're too light for this role. Okay. So is that better than you're too dark for this role? The live-action Lilo and Stitch is only the latest in a long line of projects that have faced accusations of colorism. A similar conversation took place over Disney's live-action remake of Aladdin, when Naomi Scott, who is of mixed English and Indian descent, was cast as Princess Jasmine. I honestly don't remember that one, but these things happen all the time. Quote, why is it that when casting the wife of a terrorist or extra number 4 in shows like Jack Ryan or Homeland, it seems easy enough to find a dark brown or Middle Eastern woman for the role, but when casting a Disney princess, directors and casting agents are stumped? Aram Salam wrote in a 2019 piece for The Guardian. Here's the thing. I don't particularly care who's cast for a particular role as long as the casting was done because they have the talent for it. If they were cast first and foremost because of their skin color in order to make a statement, that's a little stupid in my mind. But you just have to look back to a movie like Scarface. Al Pacino isn't Cuban, right? But he puts on one of the performances that is like iconic. If you get somebody that can do the role, It's fine. It's speaking of another Al Pacino movie, Carlito's Way. Okay. Viggo Mortensen is in Carlito's Way using like Cubano accent. Okay. And he does great for a little part in the movie, you know, and it really doesn't matter. Okay. They did the role. They did a good job. They weren't hired because of their skin color. They were hired for their skills, and they did a good job. And you're an actor. You're pretending to be something you're not. Great. Do a good job. I don't care. But when it's so obvious that someone is casting somebody to quote unquote make a statement first and foremost, all right, all that you're saying to me is that we evaluated them on their skin color. At some point in the process, we decided to hire them because of their skin color. That is antithetical to my personal principles. All right, unless you're doing a historical film, you know, the joke always is, let's hire Jai Courtney to play Martin Luther King Jr. or something, right? If that's okay, if it really doesn't matter, etc. Yeah, well, but other than that, yeah, when it comes to these fictional characters and situations and everything else, I don't really care. If somebody can do the job, it's great. But if it's obvious that you're doing it for the purposes of making a statement, that you're valuing this actor or actress specifically on the basis of their skin color in contrast to the source material, just because, then yeah, no, it doesn't fly. It's less legitimate. In situations like this, yeah, such hypocrisy. Oh, well, nobody should be complaining about Ariel being race swapped. Oh, but that actress is too light-skinned for this role. Like, oh, God. Why is it when casting wife of a terrorist or extra, number 4? I don't know. I don't know. Who is Aram Salam? I don't know who that is. Peace for the Guardian. I don't know. Well, maybe Disney wanted somebody who could sing as well, and maybe that combination isn't easy to find. Maybe they wanted somebody who at least resembled the role in the movie, in the animated movie. I don't know. Why don't you ask them? What was their thinking? Similarly, the Gossip Girl reboot, I've never seen that show, so I don't know what to say about it, was criticized over the fact that all of its black stars were light-skinned, while Lin-Manuel Miranda's film adaptation of In the Heights also got heat for its lack of dark-skinned Afro-Latinx actors in leading roles. Yeah, I remember that too. Boy, oh boy, you're just not dark enough for this role. Who's being racist again? That's not racism, though. That's colorism. Ay, caramba. Gossip Girl was rebooted on HBO Max, while In the Heights was distributed by Warner Brothers Pictures. Both companies share parent company Warner Brothers Discovery with CNN. Well, now they do, yeah. Connor said she's concerned that casting a light-skinned actor in the role of Nani in Lilo and Stitch will further misperceptions of what Hawaiians look like. Well, she's Hawaiian. So doesn't she look like a Hawaiian? Boy, this is some no true Scotsman kind of stuff here, isn't it? As a black and Hawaiian woman, do you have to be, wait, if you're black and Hawaiian, aren't you not Hawaiian? Because if she's mixed race but living in Hawaii, but she's not Hawaiian, what counts as Hawaiian, I guess, is the question. How much pure blood Hawaiian do you have to be legitimately Hawaiian, according to our person here? As a black and Hawaiian woman, she's often felt that others don't see her as Hawaiian because of her skin tone. Well, you just told everybody that you don't see that lady as Hawaiian because of her skin tone. You're saying she's illegitimately Hawaiian because of her skin tone. You're no better. The people you would deride for dismissing you're that person. That's why seeing a darker skinned actor play Nani would have been meaningful. Yeah, to you, because you value race. Listen to this lady. I would appreciate it if characters were as dark as me. Listen to that for a second, would you? CNN, come on. Is anybody with any independent brain thinking while you're writing this? You can at least contrast that statement with the inherent hypocrisy of it? Okay. Quote, the question really isn't, is she enough? It is, am I enough? And that is so unfortunate, considering the original animation did such a wonderful job at making all of us feel seen, no matter the skin tone, Connor wrote. It's truly a loss, at no fault of Agudong herself. No, but she's just not enough, is she? In your eyes, specifically in your colorism eyes, where you see color. You are not colorblind, I will give you that. In your color not blind eyes, she isn't enough. She's not at fault. She's just not enough. Because she's not as dark as I am. I value people who are my skin tone. And people who aren't my skin tone, they don't belong. Are you even listening to yourself? And if you're not listening to yourself, is CNN even bothering to point out any of this ridiculously racist hypocrisy? No, of course not. Of course not. It's effectively a defensive puff piece for people who would have a racial test like this. Oh, but anybody criticizing The Little Mermaid is obviously a racist and a sexist and a misogynist and everything, right? Agudong isn't to blame for systemic problems that have long plagued the industry, Connor said. No, she's not to blame. You're just perpetuating them, Connor. Though Connor is disappointed, she hopes the Lilo and Stitch remake will otherwise stay true to the original, which she loved so much growing up. And she said she's still looking forward to seeing the film when it's released. Oh, well, you're so gracious. So gracious. After telling us all how much you value people on the basis of their skin color, and who's really Hawaiian, who's actually a reflection of Hawaiian population. Yeah, okay. Good gravy. Holy cats. Johnny Blaze, a Scribbles impromptu stream. Let's go. Yep, that's where I am. That's where I am right now. And this stream is brought to you by Noisy Neighbors. Noisy Neighbors. For when you really don't want to sleep, they'll wake you up. Let's see. Well, the other story I had, I'm actually kind of cribbing off of one of my other favorite YouTubers, Kira TV. Because there's this website that I'm becoming a fan of very quickly. It's called Web3 is Going Just Great. And it's an aggregator of stories from around the world regarding NFTs and metaverse and crypto and all types of crazy stuff. And of the most recent stories, this one popped out to me. Crypto researcher identifies massive wallet draining operation. Oh boy. Crypto researcher Tevano posted a Twitter thread about a massive, mysterious wallet draining operation that has siphoned more than 5,000 Ethereum, or about $9.88 million at today's prices, as well as other tokens and NFTs from wallets across more than 11 blockchains since December 2022. The operation appears to target more sophisticated crypto users, but the mechanism of attack is unclear. The researcher hypothesized that, quote, someone has got themselves a fatty cache of data from 1+ year ago and is methodically draining the keys as they parse them, excuse me, from the treasure trove, unquote, but emphasized that was only speculation. Well, let's for the sake of edification here, let's take a look at that thread just for my own personal information about these things. Let's see. For the past 48 hours, and by the way, this was posted on April 17th. For the past 48 hours, I've been unwinding a massive wallet draining operation. I don't know how big it is, but since December 2022, it's drained 5,000 plus Ethereum and unknown numbers in tokens, NFTs, and coins across 11 plus blockchains. It's wrecked my friends and OGs who are reasonably secure. No one knows how. No one knows how. Let's see. Can I continue down the thread? Where did it go? Why does it always do this? Just take me to the thread. The thread. Why did it work on the other pic? Nope. There's my alarm going off telling me that I have to wake up and get ready for doing work stuff. Oh, there we go. Huh. That's the other tab. Why doesn't it work on here? That is bizarre. Can I just get like, the story? Okay, I guess it starts here. If you're reading this, you're the type to be drained by this. Well, not me. I don't have any crypto. This is not a lowbrow phishing site or random scammer. It has not wrecked a single noob. It only wrecks OGs. If you have all your stuff under a single secret recovery phrase / private key, please be safe. Migrate. Yeah, if you can believe it, don't put all your eggs in one basket. As far as I know, no one has determined the source of their compromise. Multiple devices have been forensicked, nothing. The only known commonalities are keys were created between 2014 and 2022. Oh, geez. Folks are those who are more crypto native than most. I'm tired as fuck, but I'll lay out some details of the attacker below. Really, the only thing you need to read is this. Please don't keep all your assets in a single key or secret phrase for years. The end. Split up your assets. Get a HW wallet. Don't know what that is. Migrate now. Yeah, again, like with all things, all eggs, multiple baskets. My best guess right now is that someone has got themselves a fatty cache of data from 1+ year ago and is methodically draining the keys as they parse them from the treasure trove. But that's just a guess. I don't know. It is not cryptographic entropy related, though. Don't waste your time. The theft and post-theft on-chain movement is very distinct. It's incredible. If you've been drained by this attacker, you will gasp as you read this. If you don't gasp, this isn't your thief. Sorry. 1. Primary theft transactions are almost always between 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. UTC. Well, they're keeping not quite 9 to 5 hours, but at least they're working a full day. Number 2, secondary thefts and dust collecting occurs anytime, but usually between 4 p.m. and 10 p.m. Follow-up drains for assets missed on the initial sweep usually occur about 4 hours after the initial theft or at about 7 a.m. UTC the following day. Sometimes accounts are reswept weeks or months later. 3, except when stealing very large amounts, the attacker will swap your tokens for Ethereum inside your wallet before sending the Ethereum out. They will use I don't know what that is, swaps, Uniswap, or OX. Some of these terms I don't even understand because I'm not into this stuff. The attacker will often mistake positions. NFTs or lesser-known tokens. Successful rescue missions are common. Sometimes the attacker will come back to get assets hours, days, or months later. For smaller amounts in assets on other EVM chains, the attacker will often bridge/move from one of your addresses to another, or even from victim 1 to victim 2 to victim 3. Once a sufficient amount of Ethereum exists in one address, they will move it out. This means it may look like random ENS named person sent 0.00x Ethereum for gas and then stole all your funds, or that your wallet was drained to an ENS named account. The random ENS name is not your attacker. It's another victim. Don't be like Nick. All right, so it's like they're occupying other people's accounts to daisy chain these transactions. Good gravy. Man, and they don't know how they're doing it. That's nuts. That's nuts. Let's see. To be completely clear, this is not an MM-specific exploit. Users of all wallets, even those created on a hardware wallet, or that's what HW means, generated for the Ethereum presale have been impacted by this. This source of this exploit is unidentified, and I'm trying to identify it. That's cray-cray. Totes, yo, as the kids say. Well, that's, wow, there you go. That's what's happening in crypto right now, or somewhere. And let's see, for years they've been doing this, I guess, for some unidentified amount of time, but since December 2022. Okay, so as far as this has been detected, so let's see, for the last 5 months, 6 months, something like that, $10 million in 6 months doing little transactions, account to account to account to account, covering their tracks by using other people's accounts to move the money here, there, and otherwise. That's crazy. There you go. And that's really all I had pulled up for articles. And as you might have heard from my alarm going off, I'm technically, I mean, I've got some leeway time, but I'm technically have to start getting on my weekly stuff. But I'll take a minute here. Hey, Bridget, good morning. Good very morning. Spud Gun, they turned fucking Tinkerbell black and made Snow White Latina 15 minutes back. I know. It's so silly. It's so silly. And whoever that lady or whoever they had, the Connor person in their article, I mean, come on. CNN, whoever was writing that article, really, you can't take 2 seconds to make at least one comment or interject a little bit about the inherent just hypocrisy of those statements. A little bit. The no true Scotsman kind of thing. Who's a real Hawaiian? Come on. You know, when she herself isn't reflective of quote unquote real Hawaiian, I guess, by her own standards. Ridiculous. Let's see. Who else is here before I wrap up for the time being? Twisted Skipster, Morning Scribbles. Morning, Twisted Skipster. Morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Let's see. Duck Dog. MacGuffin. What's a MacGuffin? Evil One, have a great day, Scribe. Thank you, Evil One. Appreciate it. And Zalbla says, no, because they can't challenge their cognitive dissonance. I guess not. I mean, just, yeah, the Ethereum wallet thing was just kind of a random thing I found. But that Disney thing, that's just so, and I know I'm not the first person to talk about this because it's been a story out there for a few days now, but just reading those comments from that person in particular. And yeah, it was kind of funny. There was a tweet that went out yesterday from CNN. It was an article from CNN. I should have pulled it up. It said something to the effect of now that Elon Musk is allowing anybody to have a verified check mark for $8, the number of the amount of misinformation and propaganda will only increase or something on Twitter. And I was very clever, and I tweeted back to CNN. I know, right? I mean, you're still here, CNN. Oh, and speaking of the whole Twitter thing, Blair White made a very fun suggestion yesterday or the day before, saying that Elon should give red check marks to everybody that appeared on Jeffrey Epstein's travel list. I thought that was a fun idea. It's not going to happen, probably not. But you never know. Elon is quite the prankster. Anyway, everybody, those are just my random thoughts and a couple of articles here early in the morning after I got woken up by my neighbor. And now I go off to the wonderful world of work, just like probably many of you. And I hope if you have a work day today, that you have a good work day and it's not too stressful. I hope your Monday overall is not too stressful. And the week ahead of you is likewise not so stressful. Speaking of which, stressful and otherwise, no, it's not really stressful. I don't know where my mind was going with that. But I have a Discord server now. I do. And let me pull up a link here. I'm going to make it super exclusive, just like I do with all the links. It's only going to last for a day. And so the link I'm going to put in the chat now, if you join that Discord, if you go to that Discord link, you'll land on the Say Hello page. And the Say Hello page is just sort of the opening place, obviously, for people to say hello. But in order to join the Discord, in order to verify to myself and or my moderators that you're actually a viewer of the show, and you only have to view once to get in on it, you have to know the secret word, right? And today's secret word is blockchain. Why not? Blockchain. So if you're not already a member of the Discord server, land there on the Say Hello channel, yeah, and just say blockchain if you're not already a member, and I will know it's you, and I will make you a member of the Discord. There you go. Beyond that, if you'd like to hear more from me, you can find me here every Thursday night at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern for TED Excellence, where I look at off-brand TED Talks for mind-melting fun. Mostly mine, but, you know, just the way that it goes. Maybe yours too. Maybe you'll enjoy it. I don't know. Maybe you're a masochist just like me in that way. But I try to learn things. I do. And then on Sundays, I'm classically here. It's Sunday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern for my Sunday stream, where I'll talk about a thing that's usually decided on Saturday, because I don't plan those things ahead of time. And a programming note, sometime, tentatively scheduled late April, which is this month, or early May, depending on scheduling, will be the 4th edition of Living on Borrowed Crime. Currently scheduled to appear Matt Orchard of Matt Orchard Crime and Society, and Dave's Lemonade of Dave's Lemonade. And if you don't know about their channels, be sure to go check out Matt Orchard and Dave's Lemonade for all your true crime quality needs. So anyway, with that, everybody, I hope you're having a good rest of your morning. Moderators, for those of you that are here, thank you so much for keeping an eye on things. Even though everyone here is so well behaved, you have very, very little to do. Didn't have any fundraisers up and everything because hopefully Kiever Dam's sleeping. And beyond that, everybody, thank you for joining me. Hope you're all safe and well. If you are not well, please get well soon. And I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.